The smell of gasoline and copper hit her before she saw the wreckage. Amara Jackson was 17 steps from her car when the black sedan slammed into the concrete pillar at 60 miles per hour. Glass exploded across the parking garage like glittering rain. Metal screamed against stone. She was already running. The driver's side was crushed. She went for the passenger door, yanking it open with strength she didn't know she had. The man inside was slumped over the steering wheel. Dark hair, expensive suit, blood running down his face in thin rivers. She pressed 2 fingers to his neck. Nothing. She pulled him from the wreckage, laying him flat on cold concrete. His face was angular, almost cruel even in unconsciousness, the kind of face that belonged on a wanted poster or a magazine cover. Do you know what happens in the first 4 minutes after a heart stops? That's your window. 240 seconds between life and everything after. She positioned her hands on his chest, started compressions. 1, 2, 3. "Come on," she muttered. Her arms burned, sweat dripped down her temple. 30 compressions, 2 breaths. His lips were cold against hers. "You don't get to leave, not on my watch. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Her shoulders screamed. She ignored them, and then his body jerked. A gasp tore from his throat, raw and desperate like a man surfacing from deep water. His eyes flew open, and Amara found herself staring into darkness. Not just dark in color, dark in depth. The kind of dark that had seen things and done things and remembered all of it. His hand shot up, fingers wrapped around her wrist with crushing force. "Who are you?" His voice was gravel and glass, dangerous in a way that made her instincts scream. Girl, most people would have flinched, would have pulled away from that grip, from those eyes. She didn't flinch. "I'm the woman who just saved your life, so maybe loosen the grip before I regret it." Something flickered in his expression. Surprise, and underneath it, something like fascination. "Your name." It wasn't a question. It was a command. Amara stood up, stepping back. Her knees were shaking. Her hands were covered in his blood. "You should worry about your own name right now, and your insurance." She turned and walked away. Behind her, chaos erupted. Men in suits swarming from black SUVs shouted commands in Korean and English. She didn't look back. Now, let me tell you who Amara Jackson was. 28 years old, born in the Southside, raised by a Jamaican mother who cleaned houses until her hands cracked. Father gone before her 5th birthday. She'd clawed through nursing school on scholarships and spite, worked double shifts to pay for her mother's care home when the dementia started stealing memories. She had nothing. She had no one. And she'd just put her hands on the chest of Kang Junho. She didn't know his name yet. Didn't know he ran the most powerful Korean syndicate on the eastern seaboard. Didn't know that in 12 years, no one had ever saved his life without expecting something in return. But here's the thing about Junho. He paid his debts, every single one. And she'd just given him the biggest debt of his life. The orchids arrived 3 days later, then her tires, brand new, then her student loans, $47,000 marked paid in full. Then the men in dark cars watching her come and go like she was something owned. Someone was watching, someone with unlimited resources and no respect for boundaries. If this story has you hooked, hit subscribe and turn on notifications because trust me, we're just getting started. Day 7, Amara walked straight up to the black SUV outside the hospital. "Tell whoever sent you I don't need a babysitter. I don't need flowers. I don't need my loans paid. I need to be left alone." The man's expression didn't change. You saved his life. He doesn't forget. 3 weeks of silence followed. 3 weeks of convincing herself it was over. She came home on a Tuesday to find her apartment door slightly open. She pushed it open. He was sitting in her living room like he owned it. The man from the parking garage. Clean now. Composed. Wearing a suit that cost more than her car, holding one of the orchids. "You kept the flowers," he said. "I didn't have time to throw them out. You're lying. You're terrible at it. And you're breaking and entering." He stood slowly. Taller than she remembered. Moving like something dangerous. "My name is Kang Junho. I came to thank you properly. I don't want your thanks. You restarted my heart. In 12 years, no one has ever risked anything for me without expecting something in return. I need to understand why. Because you weren't breathing. Because I could help. That's it. Something shifted in his expression. Disbelief, wonder. That's not enough. It has to be. It's the truth. I pay my debts, he said quietly. Whether you want me to or not. I don't want anything from you. He stepped closer, close enough that she could feel his heat. Then prepare yourself. For what? For me. Then he was gone, leaving nothing but cologne and a promise that felt like a threat. 2 weeks later, the ER called her name. Patient in room 7. Won't let anyone else touch him. 6 bodyguards. She knew before she opened the door. June sat on the examination table, blood soaking through a bandage on his shoulder. Calm, like having a hole in his body was minor. I apologize for the dramatic entrance. She was already pulling on gloves. This needs surgery, a real hospital. No hospitals, no records. You fix it here. I'm a nurse, not a surgeon. I have surgeons, but I wanted you. I trust your hands. She worked on him for an hour. He never flinched, just watched her like she was something precious. When she finished, he handed her an envelope. This is for you. I don't want your money. It's not money. Open it. Her mother's care facility, the expensive one, paid in full for 5 years. Her hands started shaking. How did you? I pay my debts. This is my mother's life. You had no right. I had every right. You saved me. Twice. Your mother is everything to you. So I protected her. I can't accept this. It's already done. His fingers brushed her cheek. So gentle it almost hurt. Then we'll have to keep seeing each other until we figure out the balance. His phone rang. He answered in rapid Korean. His expression went cold. Stay here tonight. Don't go home. Why? Trust me. She didn't listen. She went home and found her apartment destroyed. Furniture overturned. The word traitor spray painted across her bedroom wall. Her phone rang. Miss Jackson. Junho's voice was ice. Don't touch anything. My people will be there in 4 minutes. 4 minutes later, he walked through her broken door. Pack a bag. Whatever you can't replace, I'm not going anywhere with you. You don't have a choice. His mask cracked. Fear underneath. They know your face. They know where your mother lives. They will use you to get to me. I didn't ask for this. I know. But sorry doesn't keep you breathing. My protection does. She looked at the ruins of her life. Fine. But this doesn't mean anything. Of course, he agreed. His eyes said something else. Just survival. They both knew that was a lie. His estate sat 40 minutes outside Chicago, traditional Korean architecture blended with modern comfort. Her room was larger than her apartment, beautiful, and absolutely a cage. The first evening she couldn't sleep. So she wandered, through hallways lined with art, past security guards who watched but didn't stop her, until she found a small room in the back, a shrine, incense burning, candles flickering, a photograph in a silver frame, a woman, beautiful, sad eyes that looked familiar. She reached for the frame. Curiosity is dangerous in my world. She spun. Junho stood in the doorway. I'm in your world now, she said. I deserve to know why. That's my mother. She passed when I was 12. What happened? The Park faction. His voice went cold. The same people who destroyed your apartment. They took everything from me. My mother, my childhood, my ability to trust. He moved closer. I rebuilt myself from nothing, swore I'd never let them take anything again. Then you showed up, a woman who saved my life without asking for anything. Maybe I just haven't looked hard enough for the monster. Maybe. His fingers brushed her jaw. Or maybe I'm not a monster with you. Why me? Because when I was dying, I saw your face, felt your hands, heard you telling me to fight. His thumb traced her lip. For the first time, I had a reason to listen. That's a lot of pressure to put on a stranger. You're not a stranger. His forehead dropped to hers. You never were. The explosion shattered the moment. Glass rained down. Gunfire erupted. Junho shoved her behind him, gun appearing in his hand. Stay here. Like hell. She followed him into chaos. His men fighting intruders in tactical gear. Bodies on the floor. Smoke everywhere. and Junho fighting hand-to-hand with a man twice his size, his shoulder wound reopened, blood soaking his shirt. He was fighting injured to protect her wing. Amara grabbed a vase and swung it at the attacker's head. The man dropped. Junho stared at her, breathing hard, blood dripping. "You should have hidden. You should have let your men handle it," he laughed, full of disbelief and adoration. "You're insane. Coming from you, that's a compliment." His hands cupped her face, smearing blood on her cheeks. "I have protected what's mine for 20 years, but none of it has felt as important as keeping you safe. I hit one guy with a vase. You ran toward danger. For me. Again." His voice cracked. "I've spent my life being the person everyone runs from. Maybe I'm just stupid." "No." His forehead touched hers. "You're brave. You're impossible. And I am completely, terrifyingly in love with you. You can't be. Tell me to stop. Tell me you don't feel it too, and I'll walk away." Instead, she kissed him, desperate and furious, tasting like blood and smoke and something she'd been starving for. He groaned against her mouth, arms wrapping around her like she might disappear. When they pulled apart, he looked at her with wonder. "Stay, not as my debt, stay as mine. We're each other's," she corrected. Equal, partners." 2 weeks of stolen moments followed, his fingers in her hair, her head on his chest at night, listening to the heartbeat she'd restarted. She woke one morning to silence. His side of the bed was cold, the house too quiet. She found Sang-chul in the study, his face stone. Where is he? Taken. Last night, Park faction had someone inside. Her knees buckled. Then get him back. They're holding him at their compound. Public execution, tomorrow night. There has to be another way. Sang-chul looked at her with something like hope. There might be, but it requires something from you, something dangerous, something you might not survive. Tell me. Park Sung-ho's daughter was 17, rare blood disorder, fading fast. They needed a donor with AB negative blood, Amara's type. She could walk in as a donor, find Junho, get them both out, or end up gone alongside him. "He would never ask this of you," Sang-chul said. "That's exactly why I'm doing it." The compound was a fortress, armed guards, cameras everywhere. Amara walked up to the gate. "I'm here about the girl. I'm a match." The guards made a phone call, then opened the gate. Park Sung-ho was small, soft-spoken, sad eyes. He looked like someone's grandfather. "You're the nurse who saved Junho's life. I'm the one with the blood your daughter needs." He studied her. "You came here knowing what I'm about to do to him." "I came here because I'm a nurse. I save lives, even enemies. Everyone deserves a chance to keep breathing. You're either very brave or very stupid, probably both. But your daughter is running out of time. The transfusion worked. Minji's vitals stabilized." "I want to see him," Amara said, "before tomorrow." "Why would I allow that?" "Because I just saved your daughter, and you pay your debts." Sung-ho's eyes narrowed. "He hasn't told you about his mother, has he?" Amara went still. "She was my sister. His father stole her from us, got her killed in a war he started." The ground shifted. They were family, destroying each other for 20 years. 10 minutes, Sung-ho said. "Then you leave." The cell was underground, cold concrete, single bulb. Junho chained to a chair, beaten but not broken. When he saw her, his eyes went wide. "No? What are you doing here?" "Saving your life again." She crossed to him, checking injuries, split lip, bruised ribs. "You have to leave. They'll kill you." "I saved his daughter. Service entrance north side. 6 minutes." She worked on his chains. "Why would you do this?" "Because I love you. Because you gave me back a life worth living. Because someone has to show you that you deserve to be saved." His breath caught. "Say that again." The chains fell. She looked up at him. "I love you. Now move." They made it to the service entrance in 3 minutes, alarms blaring behind them. Sang-chul waited with a van. They piled in, moving before the doors closed. Out, alive. She collapsed against him, shaking. "You're insane," he whispered. "Takes one to know one. I love you, more than my life, more than my empire. Good, because you're stuck with me now, forever." 3 months later, he found her in the garden. So much had changed. The Park faction neutralized through negotiation. Saving Minji had cracked something open in Sung-ho. Junho wrapped his arms around her. "You're supposed to be resting. Couldn't breathe without you." Dramatic. In love. She turned in his arms. "Marry me," he said. "Is that an order?" "A request. From a man who has never requested anything." He dropped to one knee. "Marry me. Let me spend my life being worthy of you." "Yes, 1,000 times yes." He slid the ring on and kissed her like his life depended on it. Later, in bed, she traced his shoulder scar. "Any regrets?" "Not one." "Good. No refund policy on saving a Mafia boss." She laughed into his chest, listening to his heartbeat, the heart she'd restarted, the heart that now beat for her. "I love you. My heart knew you before my mind did. That's why it started beating again. That's not how CPR works. I don't care about science. I care about you." So that's it, beautiful people. Amara and Junho, a nurse and a Mafia boss. Two people who should never have met, who couldn't survive without each other. That parking garage was her moment. She didn't run from it. She ran toward it, toward danger, toward love. Amara did CPR on a stranger at 3 a.m, and the rest is history. Until next time, loves, keep believing in love, even the dangerous kind, especially the dangerous kind.